Are you also spending a lot of time in handling corrupt records? I'll tell you a better and optimized way of doing file validation with the help of Spark. Let us explore in this video together. So myself Mayank, and I'm back with a new series, that is Apache Spark use cases. So what happened is, or what feedback I got is, right, the problem or the challenges or day-to-day activities of data engineers, um, freshers are not aware of that. So they want to know, okay, what they do. So what are the requirements, what type of use cases they got, and how they perform. So I think of starting a new playlist, right, new series where I'll be telling, okay, what are the different use cases or requirements we get it in day-to-day activity, right? And maybe we can solve, okay, we can solve it, how we solve it, and how we optimize it together, right? So let us start with the first use case in this series. So consider a scenario that there are a lot of files, hundreds of files are coming on a daily basis in some kind of a HDFS layer or some kind of storage, right? And before processing these files to further layer in downstream applications, the client wants to validate that, okay, so there will be no corrupt records and the files are coming in the way which we are expecting. So you want to write a script or something kind of a data quality scripts. That's a very common term used in industry, and we want to do data quality on top of a raw file so that there will be no problem at the end of the data pipelines, right? So what will be the flow if I have to tell you the flow, right? Logical flow. So you first need to read the file, then you want to apply the expected schema. So let's say we have a file and there are 4 columns and all should be in integer. So I'm expecting every time 1 million rows, every time, every day it is coming, right? So I'm expecting all the values should be in integer. So that is the expectation. Then I apply that schema to that file, and then I load that file, validate that file. And obviously if maybe 2 records out of million it is getting failed, right? So I need to take an action, maybe pass or fail or write it somewhere, or maybe call some alarm or trigger something, right? So we need to identify that as soon as the file is loading. So without wasting more time, let's get to the demo itself. So consider I'll be having a data file, right? So we are having 4 columns: ID, name of the movie, title, right, year, and IMDb. So I just took the some random data, some kind of a test data, right? And the name is all self-explanatory. What does it mean, right? And this ID column is in integer, this is in string, this is in integer again, and this is in decimal, right? So let's go to the code, what I have written, right? So I'll just walk you through the code itself. It is very self-explanatory, but I'll just walk you through. So I just do some import statements, create Spark session, and then I've created a custom schema. There I've mentioned, okay, what are the columns, ID, title, the integer type, string type, whatever is the expected schema I've mentioned over here. And I've added one more column where I want to store the corrupt record or bad record. So something happened bad, right? So first row is bad. So I want to store in this column itself. Okay, after that there are 3 modes that I can detect. I'll just come back to this in a moment, right? So there are 3 modes: permissive, drop, malformed, and fail fast. So now you're reading it, the data frame over here, right, by giving all the format options, loading whatever the data files, header is equal to true. And this is the main thing, right? You're mentioning option mode is equal to permissive, and you are storing column names. Okay, what is the column name of the corrupt record which we have created, right? Corrupt underscore record. So there it will store the data. So I'll just run this data, this job, right, just in a moment. Okay, so here we get the result. So you can see all the data is there, and all the values of corrupt underscore records, a new column we have created, that is none. So it means, right, all the data what we have in this file, so it is perfect. So there is no corrupt record, everything is good. So that is the first scenario where this is a happy path, right? Everything is good. Now let's corrupt some data. So I have created one more file, test data corrupt.csv. So instead of id is equal to numeric 2, I just made it string 2, right? TWO. And let's upload this file. I've already upload this file in our Jupyter notebook, right, in the directory, where whatever system you are using, right? And then just change the name corrupt.csv, and now I'm just running it again. Alt enter. Now you can see the second record, right, it is null, 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 null. So every row, every column of that row is null, and all the values just come into this column. So what it does, right, wherever the data doesn't match for any of the column, it will just make whole row is equal to null, right? and it will store all the data in corrupt record, you can see. And obviously you can do filter corrupt record is not null dot count. You can count the number of records and all those things. You can perform all the operations. So this way you can separate the kind of malformed or corrupt record, right, from the file itself, and instantaneously you will know, right, what is the corrupt record. So you don't need to write the regex or some kind of code, right, or what will happen with that. You don't need to write all the things that will happen at the very beginning, while at the loading step, right? So you can identify. After that, if you want to write it somewhere, Parquet, some data files, some MongoDB, somewhere, right, whatever is the requirement, you can write it somewhere. The other three, the last part is like what happens with the other modes, right? So if I make it drop malformed, as the name suggests, I'll just run it again. It will drop the second row because the data is corrupt and we don't want that data, so we just drop it. And if I do fail fast, so sometime what happen is I don't want to proceed further. I want to fail my job if some data is bad. So it will just fail it, and maybe the error is it is saying for input string is equal to 2. So it will fail the record. So this way you can identify your data to be is bad or what, right? And you can store the data. Now you can store the data in Parquet, whatever format if you want. So yeah, so that's it for this video. If you like my video, if you think you are not aware of this concept, right, please like this and subscribe to my channel. Or maybe if you have any doubts, right, you can ask in the question itself, right, comments itself. And if you have any suggestion also, you can let us know. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.